Welcome back, everyone. We are here with the June review of our royalty box with Ms. Hannah Simpson, our communications specialist.
Hello.
I am Becky, our teen librarian. So Hannah is here with her review of My Lady Jane.
My Lady Jane.
What'd you think?
Now let's start with like a star system. I'd say this is like a 3.25 stars.
Very specific.
Yes, I put a lot of thought into this one. There is a gem of a book buried within the 515 pages of this book. But the story itself, like the meat of the story, was what kept me going. Jane is, I guess if I could compare her to a character, I would compare her to Belle. Doesn't quite fit in with her society and her like peers, very bookish, but funny and headstrong and sweet. And she is forced into a marriage because her cousin, King Edward, is dying and he wants to make her his heir, but she has to be married. Rules from the 1500s. And then all shenanigans break loose when she becomes queen, and then Edward's sister sort of takes over her throne and kicks her out of power after 9 days on the throne, which the real Lady Jane was queen for only 9 days. But in that case, they chopped her head off. In this book, that doesn't happen. And the whole crux of this is the magic. The problem that Mary has, and the reason she wants to be queen, is that there are two types of people. There are Athenians, who are people who can turn into different kinds of animals, and then there are Verities, who consider this to be sort of an abomination and that people should just be people. Lady Jane's husband is an Athenian. He turns into a horse during the day. I really, really loved the characters. I really loved King Edward. He's not a prince, he's a king. Our Lady Jane and her husband Gifford, although they call him G, which I didn't like. I thought you could have just shortened it to Giff and it would have been less like G.
What up, G?
What up? And, which is so un-1500s, you know?
Yeah, it's not very 1500s.
The issue of with this book is that the narration, sometimes they break the fourth wall and they talk right to you. They say, we the narrators want you to know X, Y, and Z. You could probably pare this book down a solid 100 pages if you got rid of all of the unnecessary narration. It's really a pretty good book. It's kind of funny. A lot of people online are comparing it to The Princess Bride or Monty Python if you like that kind of humor. You can skim over a lot of the narration.
Just breeze right through it.
I did, and I think that you can do that. But if you are a stickler for history, I would avoid this. It is completely revisionist, worth a shot. Definitely give it a try, because it is enjoyable.
So I have a couple of other royal picks for you. First we have The False Prince by Jennifer A. Nielsen. This nobleman lives in this area where civil war is brewing and things are very tense. So he decides it'd be a good idea to have a bunch of orphans fight to portray the king's long-lost son. So you have this one orphan sage who kind of knows that this is a little, you know, not exactly on the up and up, but knows that his life is at stake, that he has to outwit or master these other three orphans, and so he goes and gets it done. Also, this is one of my personal favorite royal picks, To Be or Not to Be, a Choosable Path Adventure by Ryan North.
That's so fun!
Oh my god, this is the best book ever. This was a Kickstarter. Ryan North was like, okay, I want to make a choose-your-own-adventure version of Hamlet by William Shakespeare. You know, that Hamlet.
That's actually a really good tie-in, because there is a Shakespearean element to this book, but I can't tell you what it is.
Ooh. Everyone on the internet thought, that's a really good idea, we're gonna support it. So he managed to get it so that every ending that you get is illustrated by, oh, there are sock puppets in this one, by a different illustrator. You can also play as Hamlet's dad, Hamlet, or Ophelia. Actually, the first time I played this, I was Ophelia, and I ended up inventing heating systems for houses and castles, and they all lived happily ever after. Choose your own adventure version of Hamlet. It's so much fun, and it's a fast read because you can just play however many times you want and go through. It takes like 5 minutes to play through an entire story. So we will be back soon with our July unboxing video, and until then,
Thank you for being here today.